Well, we cover many things on the channel, and but I've been doing a lot of scoop videos recently, and I don't think this is much of a confirmation, but apparently it's being confirmed by another scooper that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Now, being upfront, I've seen the leaked trailer, but it's very obscure. You can hardly see anything. However, we don't yet have anything from the trailer because it was just too obscure. You could barely see anything just to get through the censors at Sony. So, unclear at this point, officially, she's Jean Grey. I think this is correct. I'm 90% sure she's Jean Grey. It could be another mutant woman who has similar powers like mind control powers and whatever, telekinesis. However, more than not, it's likely now Sadie Sink will be Jean Grey. I'm disappointed. I wish she was Angela. I wish they went with the Angela story. I think that's more powerful. But that is my perspective. So I wish it was more Angela. But Jean Grey, she looks decent to be Jean Grey. However, she's not super tiny, but she's way shorter than Jean Grey. So she doesn't entirely fit the body type or the age or the background because Jean Grey has a family. So apparently she's a runaway from her family. That's not what happened. In the original story, Xavier finds her and helps her out as a kid. And now it's like she's a runaway hanging out with the Punisher. So now the MCU history is Jean Grey's origin is the Punisher helped her become a superhero. Okay. Alrighty then. But they're playing with some real history because the Punisher, yes, began as a Spider-Man character. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. He began as a Spider-Man character, then became massively popular on his own terms. So it's hilarious. But yeah. So if you know the comic book culture, this is out there. I like Jean Grey, and Sadie Sink might be a good Jean Grey, but yeah, I mean, Famke is probably physically the closest. I mean, Sophie Turner was good as a redhead, but I did not like her portrayal. I really did not. So here's hoping Sadie does good with the role, but I'm getting very nervous how they're just populating the MCU with all these mutants who don't have the histories from the comic books, and they're going to reinvent or invent new stuff that's just going to be like a headache. But I do admit it's clever to have Punisher there with Spider-Man because, right, technically Punisher's origin was with Spider-Man. So that's good. That's clever. But now let's get to some, I think, decidedly bad news. And again, these are rumors. I think with Sadie Sink, it is a rumor, but the level of evidence is massive that she'll be Jean Grey in Brand New Day. However, we turn to Doomsday. We know that Loki will appear. So we know Tom will play Loki again. However, some reports are saying that he will have a very small role. Like his role will be very small. But he will answer a few questions. For instance, because there's now this theory that Captain America is in the Fantastic Four universe. This is confirmed. That on the Fantastic Four ship, they're carrying Doom and Captain America. And you're like, how does that work? And apparently, somehow, Steve Rogers got into the Fantastic Four universe. So when we see him in the trailer, apparently that's him in the Fantastic Four universe, not the main MCU universe. And you're like, wait, wasn't he an old guy in Endgame? It's like a lot of things are like weird and puzzling. But then again, apparently Loki transferred for whatever reason, Steve Rogers to that universe or kept an eye on him. But he has a role with the Captain America universe story. Now this is really wild speculation. So take this with a grain of salt. Again, that is confirmed. Doom is on the ship. Captain America is on the ship with the Fantastic Four. So that part is confirmed. John Campea confirmed it, saying, yes, that's real. That is a real thing in the film. So unless they're going to radically rearrange the film, that will appear. This is total speculation. A lot of people are running with this, but we don't know for sure. But allegedly, Doomsday will begin with a massive battle between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus and the X-Men. And a lot of people will die. Now, people are speculating that the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man will fight Wolverine, the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and they will both die. But the way I understand it, what will happen is he's near death. Octopus will die. Several other people will die. However, Loki will save Spider-Man. He'll pull Spider-Man at the last moment to save him. So Loki's going to be doing a lot, but apparently he's actually not in the movie itself that long. So that's really weird. And now they're saying they're only going to have one Secret Wars movie. So Loki's role in all this will be apparently very critical, but overall very small. So why? Don't know. So if you're looking for a lot of Loki and Tom for Doomsday, be prepared to be disappointed. He will be there, but he will not be in the capacity you think. Alrighty then. Alright. But these are rumors. These are rumors. As is the Jean Grey. But the Jean Grey is like, we're all but waiting to make it official. Like, yeah, it'll probably be on the official day that Brand New Day releases. Like, yeah, she's Jean Grey. Yeah, we all knew. We all knew. But we will see where that goes. But so we don't know for sure. But that one is like, yeah, it's going to happen. So far with Loki, we know he appears, and we don't know if he's connected to Captain America and Doom being on the Fantastic Four ship. However, now things are starting to come together. Like, oh, okay. Because that's the big question. Why would Captain America and Doom be on the same ship? How would they be on the same ship? Either they collected Captain America from his house to go meet the other heroes, or no, he's always been in that universe. And then people are like, but why didn't he help with Galactus? I don't know. It's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. A lot of questions. But I'm just here to give the rumors that are credible, and at least we could see something and not waste people's time. So get ready for it. Jean Grey in Brand New Day and Loki and Doomsday. Have a good day. Be safe.